Good morning, everybody. I hope we're all well and happy at this joyous time of the year. Today I will be doing healing. But first of all, I'm a man's DJ and I'm from Your Soul's Potential. I have a healing practice and I do distance healing network cases each week. And healing is it's a simple thing, really. But it's something that we've lost the art of, and I deal directly with spirit. I don't use any gadgets or anything else. I just allow spirit to come through me or to send their vibration and energy through me. I am just a conduit, a vessel, whatever you'd like to say. And I push my brain to one side and allow spirit to take control, and then they will send the healing through. So if you wish to add your name to the comments list, I can incorporate it into the healing, and I'll put it into the daily healing as well. What we need to understand about illness and anything to do with the body is that whatever we hold on to, we and keep holding, just don't let it go. We put it inside our heart, and then eventually our heart has no more room, so it pushes it out and it creates pain or a sickness or a disease will come through, unless you actually ask for a disease to be there for your karma, which quite a few people do, which always surprises me when you consider how many other people are involved, with that, your family and everything. Anyway. So what we have to learn to do, because we weren't taught this as children, is one, we have to love ourselves. Everyone seems to have a problem with that. And I understand why, because when I first found out, I thought, oh, seriously? You want me to stand in front of a mirror, tell myself I love myself? How ridiculous. But then I learned that we have our inner child, so we can talk directly to him or her. And then the other thing with mirrors is that if you stand in front of a mirror and you take yourself apart, you're too fat, you're too thin, you're too tall, look at the state of that dog's dinner, and carry on like that in your body. But to tell yourself that you love yourself and mean it isn't easy in the beginning, but it does work. But using the mirror trick and the other way around, and then if you send it negative information and vibes, then you will get negative vibes back, because you don't realize that. None of us realize that, how important is a mirror. It's like when you meet someone who triggers you, it's because they're there to trigger you so that you can deal with that situation and forgive it, And of course we weren't taught this. I know times are changing, thank goodness, so the children coming through hopefully will learn that. And Jesuit said the first person you have to love is yourself. Yet we're so used to, from the age of 5 onwards, looking after other people's needs before our own. And then if you're a woman or a father, I suppose, too, I can only go on my situation, having children, you are so far down that list, you may as well not even bother putting your name on it, because you won't have any time at the end of the day anyway. I used to work with my late husband, and we have 5 children, and I could be up at 10 o'clock at night still trying to sort out laundry or whatever it was needed, because there was just so much to do all the time. It was just never ending. It wasn't particularly difficult, but it was never ending, and things needed to go in a sequence to have the children in bed by 6 and things like that, and fed and clean, and then as each one got older, they're allowed to stay up later, and we did it like that, and it worked very well. They had boundaries to go by, and hopefully they felt the love that was given to them, because they were always loved no matter what went on. No matter how naughty they were, you could still love them, they were just acting out. And that's what we've not been taught, that we should come at the top of the pile, and after that then we sort everyone else out instead of the way it was done. So if you like, the pyramid is upside down. The highest vibration we can reach is to love, and to love others and ourselves and others and the animal kingdom, and anything to do with nature, because it's all alive. Vegetarians always make me laugh, and they say, oh, I'm a vegetarian, I don't eat meat, I don't kill animals, but yet they're quite happy to go and kill a plant, because you put a plant under a microscope and you can see it has fluids and cells moving up and down like the human body does. And yet for them that's okay to say, I'll kill that, but I won't kill a beast that God provided or whatever. And eating certain foods makes us sick, and we need to be careful. We need to come away from processed foods, and it doesn't take that much longer to prepare a meal from scratch. It just means you have to be prepared in advance and have thought about it. And like I do, which I've done for years and years now, is I prepare food at the weekends for the week, so that it cuts down the prep time, if you like. And it's all good, wholesome food. A lot of it we grow ourselves, you know, so it's clean. There's no sprays on it, and that's the problem. You go into a hardware shop and you look at the sprays for plants. They are hideous, what's in there, and you think, I'm going to eat that plant. And not only that, because it has like blood or fluid running through it, it takes that in, you know, and it absorbs it through its leaves, the same as it does with water, and it takes into the plant. So everything that's sprayed on it is taken into that plant, which we then consume at a later date, and we don't bat an eyelid at it. You know, you buy fruits, you need to wash them thoroughly, because they coat them all to stop them ripening and things like that, and all that's seeping into the product while it's sitting there on the shelf, you know, so you have to be careful. And food, there's a hospital in England, and they decided to treat people just with food, no medications, you know. So they started treating children with really severe cases of skin disease, psoriasis, and some of the worst cases I've ever seen. And they bring these children and their parents in, and they would show them how to eat and how they wanted them to eat. And it was all unprocessed food. And all these children, every single one of them, without any deviations, all got better. And as soon as they were left to their own devices, and convenience creeps back in, because you do have to be disciplined, and the convenience will creep back in, and they start having a few bits of takeaways and bits and pieces, sweets and rubbish like that, and it would start creeping back. So for them, it taught them that if they wanted to keep their skin, and you can imagine your skin is your biggest organ in the body, and if that's tearing away and wants to be scratched, and you know you're bleeding to death and whatever, it's because you ate the wrong foods. It teaches you very quickly that you will eat the right foods. So it's extremely important. And then the other one is, as I've said many a time now, is to love and forgive yourself, and forgive anyone that may have harmed you, you know, and just be careful what you say to your heart, you know, about a person. Don't send out a negative vibe, because it comes back, you know. What people forget is that the consciousness is one. We are part of that one consciousness. So anything you do to another person, it will come back to you. And so if you send a person love or kindness in any way, just a simple smile as you walk down to the shops lifts people immensely. Or if you walk by a person, man or woman, and say how attractive they look, or you like what they're wearing, or comment on their clothes or jewelry, you know, in a positive manner, it really lifts a person, you know, because it can, I know when I was working, I used to say to the girls, these older people that come in, sometimes they haven't met another person that day. A lot of them are widowed and what have you, and they don't meet anyone. So you're their first port of call to have human contact. And you need to be friendly and loving with it, and just give them that extra couple of minutes to say, how's your day going, and how are you? And it makes such a difference to people. It's incredible, you know. My late father-in-law was the most amazing man. He would stop and talk to everyone, and he had time for everyone. And I remember the first time we went to meet them in Queensland, and we went for coffees, and he stopped and he spoke to the waitress and found out how she was and how she was doing, and then he stopped and spoke to the counter staff and said how they were doing. Not a long drawn out thing, but just very friendly. He had such a way about him. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. In fact, I'd never seen people actually do that. He was the first, you know, and it was just amazing. His son is definitely a chip off the old block, because he's the same. He has the most amazing smile you've ever seen in your life. And it's just a lovely thing to witness, you know. And I'm so glad that I was able to witness these things. Anyway, so as I said, and for forgiveness, you know, you've got to forgive everything. And if you go into your heart and start working with your heart will start sending you memories of things that you need to deal with, that you need to heal. And it's so simple once they've come up, and it'll take you right back to your childhood. You'll be amazed by some of the stuff that comes up. So if it's a random thought that comes into your head, it's most likely your heart trying to push you to deal with that situation. I mean, I had stuff come up in my 20s and further back in my childhood. And I used to think, why has that come up? And then I realised I hadn't dealt with it. I needed to deal with it and forgive the situation, forgive myself in that situation, you know. And I always do the Ho'oponopono, the Hawaiian prayer. It is wonderful. It only has 4 steps to it, and it's just so simple and so powerful. As I said, you go within to your heart, you open your heart and say, set the intention. I want to start doing the healing and releasing all these old energies that are keeping me stuck, all these energies that are creating sickness in my body. I transmute it back to love. And then you say the 4 stages of the Ho'oponopono. So you say sorry to whatever the situation is. You say, you ask for forgiveness of that situation or person, whatever it is. You know, it could just be a road rage thing, but do it anyway. And then you say, I love you. And what you're saying is you're giving love to that situation so that it can transmute back to love and come out of your auric field. And you say, and I thank you, because your soul has grown by that situation. And at the end of the day, we're here for our soul's growth. We have our bodies, great, but they are nothing to what we are. We are huge and we are powerful. When you connect with the divine, with God and the angels, and you feel the love they hold for us, and we are that love. We are part of the consciousness, so we are love too. So as I said, just be very careful with that mirror, and be very careful what you send out from your heart to another person. Always make it loving and positive. As Mother used to say, if you have nothing positive to say, say nothing. And that's very true, you know. And who are we to judge another? We have not walked in their shoes. We have no idea what's going on in their world, because we're also good at hiding everything. So do not judge people, because again, you're just bringing karma to your door that you don't need. So with that said, I will start the healing. And if you're in a situation where you can sit down and relax and just accept the healing, just again, open your heart, set the intention that you're happy to receive the healing vibrations from the guides and angels who are standing patiently behind me, waiting for me to get on with it. And we'll go from there. Just sit, relax, close your eyes if you wish, or just sit and relax, watching a garden or whatever. And talking of gardens, the other very, very positive thing you can do in life is to be out in nature, you know, and really try and connect with it, you know, see the plants, see the beauty of the plants, see how they move in the wind, see how they respond when they're watered. And it's just a joyous occasion, you know, and it's really something that will lift your heart for very little effort. And if you can, slip your shoes off and just stand in grass or whatever and ground. You know, it's so important to ground. and because we have all this energy running through our body, so we can ground and release negative energy into the earth, and the earth will dissipate it for you. And it just helps us stay anchored and allows us to be our true self without worrying. We've no need to worry about anything. We can manifest what we need. We just need to quieten our mind and go within and manifest. And as ever, meditation is huge. If you can learn to meditate, that is just wonderful, because you're going within. Jesuit said, everything that we need is within. Our God self is within, and we all have God's spark because we've come from God. So when you go within and you can learn to be silent, and it's not easy, it takes time to learn to really be able to be silent. Even I struggle at times, and I've been out for years now. So just do what you can, and if you're having a bad one, just say, sorry, I'll try later, or I'll try harder tomorrow, and just clear your mind. If it helps, play music, to calmer music, to just allow yourself to chill down. Breathe in and breathe out longer than you breathe in. So breathe in short, well, not short, but to about count to 4, and breathe out for 6 to 8, whatever you can do. And it instantly relaxes the body, which has got to be a good thing, as we're all in such a rush and so pent up all the time. It's crazy, Anyways, as I said, if you sit back and relax, I will begin the healing. And I invite my divine sacred guides and angels to step forward to help me to send out this healing, and we'll begin. I just look down to read the names that I have in front of me in my healing book. So just relax and allow the healing to come through. Okay, good people. You can come back whenever you're ready, or you can sit there and just relax and allow the feeling of vibration of love and healing to wash over you, in, through and around you. And as I said, don't forget that mirror. And what you project to it is what you'll receive back. So remember to love yourself always. Do the Ho'oponopono and transmute any pain you have to love. You can use Saint Adrian. I think it's the wrong saint, but you can use the violet flame, and just call it in and ask it to help transmute any illness or sickness back to love. Because that all the dark has to return to the light. And the only way to do that is with love. It's around it in the light and love. Okay, good people, I will love you and leave you until next week, and I hope you all have a fantastic week, as I shall. Oh, and happy Christmas, because it's Christmas time, I nearly forgot. Thank you very much for all your support. Goodbye.